Again, let's start with the visual. The visual I want to do is I want to do the root function first. And again, my visuals are kind of crude, but I do know it's a root function, and that root function starts at -1, and it goes off like this over here. All right, this is -1. This point up here is just where x is 0, and that would be 1. All right, so I got a pretty simple picture, and then I want to look at this business over here, the line. And that, it doesn't look bad. I mean, if I'm looking at it, it's got a y-intercept of -1. I see that, and a slope of 2. So I'm going to say maybe something like this over here. All right. Now, kind of looking at it, I know there is a point of intersection. Looking at the picture, I may not be able to understand what the point is, but you might be able to make a stab at it. And I'm not really sure the stab is going to be right, but I'll be honest with you, it looks like it might be a tough number to come up with. So what I want to do is I want to use algebra to find out what this point of intersection is. Again, you might say I think it's 2, but it's really not working out because 2 plus 1 is 3, and the square root of 3 is a crazy number. It's never going to be equal to the 2x minus 1 number, all right? So what I want to do is I want to write down the algebra now. And when I figure out this point, the way I'm going to do that is, y equals 2x minus 1, and y is also equal to the root of x plus 1. I'm going to square both sides. You're going to get 4x squared. Then you can get minus 4x plus 1. And when I square the right side, I get x plus 1. Squaring is dangerous, though, by the way. And I'm hoping your teachers in math repeatedly said that to you. Minus 5x equals 0. I'm going to factor out x. And what do you get there? Let's take a look. You would get 4x minus 5 equals 0. I get two solutions, by the way. One is x equals 0, and the other one is x equals 5/4. All right? So, if I chose the 0, I want to point out I got troubles, and I'll put down what I mean by that. If I chose 0 and I plug it into the second equation, I would just get 1. But unfortunately, that's not true there, is it? Because 0 minus 1 is minus 1. So, this is making no sense at all. It's extraneous. Let's try the 5/4. Let's see what happens over there. Now, I'm going to plug the 5/4 in here because I think it's easy. And you would get 5/4 plus 1, which is 9/4. And the square root of 9/4 is 3/2. I'm going to check it in the top equation, too, by the way. 2 times 5/4 is 5/2. And 5/2 minus 1, I'll write that down for you. So 2 times 5/4 is 5/2. And 5/2 minus 1, that's going to be 3/2. That works out beautifully. So what's the point of intersection, by the way? It's going to be 5/4, comma 3/2. All right, let's look at the k. I do see that listed here. That's 5/4, 3/2. I could not have read that from my graph because my graph was rather crude. But I want to look at a better graph, by the way. They say figure 116 on page 309. Oh, I don't have it. The reason I don't have it, I didn't print it out. But anyway, take a look at it and see if you can verify the point of intersection that we're saying over here. Anyway, I'm pretty sure you can. Thank you so much for paying attention.